Hello YouTubes, this is Weird coming back at you with more Enigmatica 2 Expert Mod Pack playthrough action for Minecraft 1.12.2, and this is E2E version 1.75. So this is shortly after the end of my last episode for me, so I did successfully get my rocket back to our base on Earth, and I did have a problem landing again. It was chugging and not wanting to land until I saved and returned. And then it landed okay. So hopefully that's not going to continue. When I restart my computer and come back all fresh next time, maybe that'll be fine. But I have used my brown magic sign to teleport back up to the moon. And we're going to set up a digital miner to get us some of that titanium rutile ore. So we've got our flux point here for some wireless power. We got an ender chest here. To send stuff back to our ME system. In our config, I don't know exactly where it spawns on here. If we look here, it says in the world gen, it does not list Luna. So the fact that it's here is a little shocking. But I don't know exactly where it spawns. I would guess down around 35 and lower. But we're going to go ahead and just, call out 70 to 0. We did put an item filter on it to just look for rutile ore. We've got more than enough. We got a lifetime supply of dilithium just from our farting around last time. So we're not going to do that. And we're going to do max radius of 32. Then we're going to come back here, eject, auto eject, on, full silk, blah blah. I think that's all good. So if we hit start, we're going to pick up 650 some rutile ore, so that's going to be good. And that's going pretty quick. I am tempted to see what kind of fun we can have with tick acceleration. I'm not exactly sure where you can tick accelerate this bad boy. For some multi-blocks, it's hard to figure out where to tick accelerate them. So we'll just click around and see if anything happens. Nope. Oh well, we'll just let it go. That's going to be plenty. I just wanted to get one round set up here. We can always get more in the future. So here we've got another beautiful Earthrise going on. Got the sun above us, so it's nice and bright out. Got a big old crater. But yeah, here's the moon. Yay us. But let's head on back to the base. I am sort of eager to get my space station up and running so I can populate it in between, off camera. So let's go ahead and teleport back to our base, and I'll show you what I'm going to do for a space station. So when I came back, if we take a look in my system here for dilithium, I set up some auto crafting for dilithium dust and dilithium crystals. I just made a few dust, but then it turns out that the recipe for, if we go dilithium, if we look at the recipe for the pulverizer, turning dilithium into dilithium crystal, it seems to be missing the fact that it also has a chance of giving you dust as well. So that's how I ended up in so much dust. So now I went to make a bunch of crystals, and now I have a bunch of crystals and a bunch of dust. Again, I think that's probably more dilithium than we'll ever need, and we still have several hundred ore to go. So we got plenty of that. That dust allowed us to make our space station assembler. So we needed 4 dust and a rocket assembly machine and some titanium and some advanced circuits, which are made in the cutting machine and precision assembler. So we're all good to go there. This is going to be my the seed of my space station. So basically I've got a 7x7 platform here. So underneath we've got a 7x7 launch pad for advanced rocketry. And then on top of that I have built a 7x7 starting structure. So what'll happen is that my 3x3 rocket ship, when we take this up, it will eject this from its satellite bay and then land on it. And so 3x3, it'll take up the middle of this, and that'll leave me like a little 2x2 walkway around it to move around and to actually build up the meat of our space station. And I'm going to go ahead and use the copy and paste tool from Building Gadgets. I used it last time and it seemed to work well. So what we've got over here is going to be a 1/4, roughly, maybe 20% of my space station. So what I'll do is when we've landed here, I'll come here and I will paste that brick, that starter, right here. And then that will build this corner of the space station. And I'll come over here and do it again. I'll come over here and do it again. I'll come over here and do it again. And then I will manually connect the walls with a building wand. And I'll probably, on our middle sections, which are going to be actual rooms, I'll probably come up a level or two. And I might make the floor a bit thicker in the bridging area between this section and the next section, just so that I can play around and do some wiring in the floor without opening ourselves up to space once we have a sealed atmosphere and environmental generation going on. So this is what we've got so far. I've got some concrete in the twisted fashion. I had some free Futura blocks, which are nice and futuristic. Got some factory or laboratory block vents. These are enlightened fused quartz, both skylights and windows, so that'll make it nice and bright in here. And so we're going to go ahead and grab the copy paste tool from Building Gadgets. And we are going to, what's it doing? It is doing weird stuff. So we want to switch to copy. And I've also, just for construction purposes, we need to copy an entire cube here. So we're going to be reset it by clicking in open air. And we're going to, hello. Come down here and voila. So we can see white lines around our copy paste area. So we've got a big old cube that goes from, oh, we're actually pulling up some dirt. We do not want to pull up some dirt. Are we, or are we just touching the dirt? We are just touching it. I'm going to go ahead and clear out this grass at least. I don't want it to think we want to place grass anywhere in space, in open air. Not that it probably would. Let's go ahead and clear this and do this one more time. So this cobblestone will just be a walkway out to the corner for doing this. But it'll also let me get out here and do some construction on the outside if I need to. And if not, I'll just vein mine away the cobblestone as I finish construction of the base. Alright, so there we go. That looks about right. Got a double floor just in case I need to run some wires and stuff, and again I'll probably make that a triple floor in the areas, in these sort of flat areas that are between my corner sections. And I might make the roof a bit taller in those areas as well. I sort of skimped on the headroom here, but we're not going to spend a lot of time on the base. We're just going to set up some anti-gravity, some oxygen, and our warp core, and then we're just going to fly it to probably 3 other planets is all. So we're not going to spend a ton of time here. So here I've got ineffable glass so that I can use it as sort of a doorway and seal the base off. So yeah, I think we're about good to go there. If I mouse over this, I need to make sure I bring enough of all of these blocks out here when we go to space. So I'm going to make some more of the ineffable glass and enlightened fused quartz, a few other things just to make sure I have enough. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this satellite core built. So it's going to use the same structure tower as we did for our rocket. This is why I built 2 launching pads, because I knew this would be here when I was trying to build my thing, and it's not like I didn't have plenty of launch pad material. So we are going to do sort of a similar thing here. We're going to scan. Missing a sat bay. Alrighty. I thought the satellite base sat up there, but possibly not. Let's just go ahead and make another one real quick. I don't think that was too expensive. Some titanium rods. I'm going to pause here and just double check, make sure I remember how to do this right. Basically what we need to do is we need to scan it and build it, and it'll shrink down to item form. And then we'll take that item and pack it away on the rocket and fly there. And then we also need to make sure that we have satellite destination chips. So we'll get 1 chip, I think, from here, and then we can duplicate it using this tab. But let me just double check. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah, so I believe we do need to actually make another satellite bay. So we'll go ahead and do that. This is my second time doing this, so just had to double check real quick. So we're going to put a satellite bay and a unprogrammed space station ID chip in here. And we're going to hit scan. Yes, yay, it's working. So you can see I am able to use 1 structure tower for both launch pads. Alright, so we've done that. It's got a hitch and it's giddy up again. Maybe now it's done. Ready. There we go. Boy, I tell you, my last Enigmatica 2 Expert mod pack started getting funky about the time I got to Advanced Rocketry, and here we go again. Hopefully a nice computer restart and a clearing of the RAM will make everything okay, but it's starting to make me nervous again. So now we're coming back down to build it this time. Once again, we're sort of lagging and double clutching. Okay, there we go. And the build is complete, and now we have a space station container and a space station ID chip for station 1. And then just for kicks and giggles, we're going to come over here to the satellite builder, and we are going to see if we put this up here, and I think if we get another satellite, another space station chip. For that we need another linker. Linker's nice and cheap. And we've got tons of those, so we're good to go here. And we're just going to make a spare just in case anything weird happens. So we're going to go into the satellite builder, do that, hit that, maybe, yes. Okay, it says it's working. Gears are turning blue. Alright, so now we have 2 chips for Space Station ID1. And we'll just throw one of those bad boys in their ME system for later date. And now we're going to come over to our rocket. And this is where I planned ahead and already have a space station bay on there. You can see that up there. It's a satellite bay. If you didn't have one on there, you would shift right click on this and hit disassemble, and then you could add a satellite bay. But we already have one, so we're going to open this bad boy up, and we're going to put that there. So now our space station container is in the satellite bay. And then we're going to come in here to our guidance computer, and we're going to put Space Station 1 chip in there. Station 1. So now we should be about ready to go. I'm going to pause the video and make sure I have enough building materials to work on my base. And I'll be right back as soon as I make sure I have enough to replicate this 4 times and then connect it with 4 or 5 rows here, columns here of connecting material. And I will be right back. Okay, I am back after some miscellaneous crafting. So I made sure I had enough dilithium crystals on here that should probably be plenty to fuel our warp drive. I've got all the stuff we need for the warp drive, the multi-block. I have a station gravity controller, an oxygen vent, a couple of CO2 scrubbers, a warp controller. Not 100% sure. I think last time I threw some capsules in the oxygen vent, which seemed to work okay, but I'd sort of rather bring a tank. So let me go ahead and see if I can grab a tank of oxygen here. And while I'm at it, it's a little hard to see, but if you look at this brown meter down here, looks like I may be about 10% down or so on oxygen. So if I hop up on this, boom, it fills right up. So I wonder if I can pipe this oxygen straight into it. I think last time I made another one of these styles of tanks and put in there, but I'd rather just take a whole barrel. Let's see if that works. Alright, so I think I got everything I need. Let's see, warp core, gravity, CO2 scrubbers, warp controller. I got all the stuff I need to build out my space station. I think we're good to go. Let's get up there. Get her done. Let's just double check. Yeah, I think this is all set. It's refueled and everything. So it's destination, station 1. And we are launching. And I'm going to save time, I'm going to go ahead and stop recording here. And I will start back up as we land on our space station. All right, we have landed on our space station. So we're perched on top of our rocket. If we F5 out here, you can see us sitting in our seat. And there's our platform, our space station core from that we scanned in below us. Sitting in our spacesuit. I did have that problem with lagging out while attempting to land again and had to save to the title screen and come back. So that's getting old. So we'll jump on down here, and there's no gravity, which makes moving around really weird. That's how high I jump. Let's go ahead and see if we can get our space station built here. We're going to paste. We're even in the right orientation. So boom, we have the beginnings of a space station. Mouse over this and make sure we still got enough of everything. I picked up some grass. That's not cool. Oh well, we can clean it off the bottom if we need to. It won't place it because I don't have any paste, so we're good to go. So we're going to do this again. This time we're going to rotate and paste. And we did not land centered on our thing here, which is a little weird. But it seems to be taking up a weird amount of space, but that's all right though. We've got enough room to maneuver here. So we'll rotate again a couple times and paste. Check how we're doing on materials. I don't have enough ineffable glass, but that's okay. I only want to come in on one end. And rotate again. Place. Alrighty, we have the beginnings of a base. So now we're going to go ahead and fill in the holes here a bit. Whoa. Accidentally climbed back into our rocket. That's no bueno. But now we've got a little space to stand here, so we can come over here. Finish up our floor. And we'll go ahead and bring this stuff over too. And I think the ceiling's probably tall enough, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill that in. I'm really not going to spend much time on this thing. Especially with landing on planets being somewhat defunct. We're just going to do what's necessary to get ourselves some titanium and get ourselves some clathrates so we can close the chapter and call it a done deal. I did remember finally why I thought, even though the World Gen in JEI didn't say that there was rutile ore on Luna, I did remember that I sort of felt like there was, so I wasn't too surprised when we saw it there, even when JEI said we wouldn't. And that is because the warp controller requires the multi-block structure for the warp controller requires 15 blocks of titanium, which would be a sort of a pain to make manually through the, I think it's the Advanced Metallurgical Fabricator. So fortunately we did not have to deal with that. Oh, whoops, I'm sort of shutting my my rocket in. Did not want to extend the ceiling into that central area, but we can correct that in a moment. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and see from about here up. We want to open this bad boy back up. Whoa! Jumping on here is such a pain in the butt. Not a huge fan of step assist, but this would be one situation where it would be sort of nice. Yeah, we did not land centered up very well. That's a little weird. Alright, there, we've opened that back up. And let's see, we need to go ahead and put in some walls. I'm going to go ahead and take out some of this inevitable glass. I really only need one entrance. Like so. And I'll probably turn this into some stairs. I gotta get some gravity established. I might as well just do that right now. No reason not to. Alright, I got a bit more room here than I anticipated. It's a bit larger than my last station. We're gonna run some power through here. Let's see, we want some of this, and we want some of this. Set up our network there. I can't remember what all needs power, but we'll just go ahead and run this power all the way through here. I'm probably going to want the warp controller in the center here. So right about here. Whoops. Alrighty, and then we want a oxygen vent right about here, and we want CO2 scrubbers here and here. You can have 2 CO2 scrubbers with your vent. We're going to put carbon collection cartridges in there. And then let me see if I can pump this in there real quick. I filled it up once in my last space station, and that was enough to last my entire time in space. So if I can just get it filled up once, we should be good to go. So let's see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my fluid conduits. Extract always active. It looks like we are full. Although we haven't sealed up the place yet, so we can't really be oxygenating it quite yet. Let's get some gravity going here. So I think that takes time. Target gravity 100. I think that's 100% of Earth. So we're just going to let that go for now. See what happens. Alright, so I might have a few other things there, or I might just throw some boxes and storage on top of that. Let's see, let's finish buttoning this bad boy up. I think I'm going to make a bit more room around my rocket. Just want to make sure that when I come back from landing on a planet, I don't do anything weird. I have enough problems landing as it is. I don't want to have any kind of collision with the space station. So we'll just make sure we get that as wide as we can. And then I think, let's see, do I have any enlightened quartz left? Whoops. Yeah, plenty. Go ahead and make us some windows so we can look out at our rocket. And this also acts as a light source. do the same here. I normally don't show a lot of building because it's probably really not exciting to just watch me place blocks. However, this is sort of a special situation since it's a space station and we're trying to seal it up so we can oxygenate it, and looks like my jumping is getting normal, so I think our gravity is getting good here. Yeah, we're at 0.99 artificial gravity. That seems sort of much more normal, so that's cool. Alright, so that should all be buttoned up. Oops, nope. There we go. I might have to put some decoration in there. Yeah, that's a little plain. I'll spruce that up a bit later. Alright, but the inside should be all buttoned up. Those are closed. That's closed. It's closed. One problem with all these windows is got to make sure that they're all actually closed up. I think we are airtight. Let's go ahead and so I'm hearing a very faint whirring. I think we might actually be putting air in the place. Oxygen levels are still at trace. Just let that go for a bit. Usually if it's working, you can start seeing little puffs of vapor around the place. So we'll give that a little bit of time to work. Let's go ahead and run out here, and I'll have to come back with some stairs. We'll put some stairs in right here, although I'll probably mostly be flying. But let's go ahead and run up here and take care of our cobblestone that we got going on. Clean up this that we used as an anchor for our copy paste. Take a look over here at our, doesn't appear to be going on. Redstone control disabled. So I assume that means it's always on. Inverted, normal, disabled, yeah. I hear it working, so I'm going to assume we're good to go. It does take a while. But we got gravity. Let's see, another thing that I like to do is just sort of mark where our teleportation spot is here. Let's see, we'll teleport in right about here. Actually, no, let's teleport in. Somewhere a little more out of the way over here. And for now, I'm going to make my cobalt pickaxe where I teleport in. Set my brown magic teleport spot to there. Always like to test it before I run off. But yep, we're good to go. So while we're waiting on air, doesn't seem to be going up. Carbon scrubbers are doing something. So what these do is they have durability and they go down. They're removing carbon from the air. I think when they reach 0, you can pull them out and extract charcoal from them. Anyway, let's go ahead and set up our warp core here. I should have my holographic projector. I think the warp engine is in here. Warp core. So I'm going to shift scroll up. And my ceiling's a little low, but fortunately I have room to take this down a notch. So it is a 3x3 area. I think I want to move it back a bit. Click it over there to get it out of the way. See, let's go ahead and try and do this 3x3. See, what is that? Oh, that's the warp core. Well, I don't think I need to use that. I don't think I actually need to interact with this except for the input hatch, which I believe is on top for putting dilithium crystals in. Let's just go ahead and do this and see what it looks like. Titanium blocks, titanium blocks, titanium blocks. But yeah, as I was saying, this is the reason why there's titanium on Luna probably, and why I'm glad I went ahead and set up my digital miner there so I could get some titanium. Okay, and then we need a block of gold in the middle. Shift scroll up. And we need 4. Need another block of gold and 4 machine structures. I think I am going to need to probably get in around this, so I think we're going to go with a sunken floor look here. Hog this out a bit. Alright, go back to here, shift scroll up. So now we need titanium blocks and an input hatch. And we could have gotten away with not having this sunken into the floor, but I think it'll be fine. Then we'll right click on the controller and boom, there we go. I think probably what I'll do is maybe replace these blocks with some white alabaster stairs. That'll look just fine. Let's see what's going on with our oxygen. I have not seen any little puffs of oxygen. And we have not used up any oxygen. So something appears to be a little wonky here. It's possible that we have to... I don't think I have a lever on me. Or the things to make a lever. Do I have any wood? Whoops. No, I do not have any wood. Alright, well. It's not crucial. I mean, we've been farting around up here for a while and we're only at down to 10% of oxygen. So let's see. Here's the input hatch, so we want to click on that. Throw some dilithium crystals in there. Ooh, look at her go. I don't think it requires power. I think it just runs on the dilithium crystals. But let's take a look at our warp controller. So in this particular mod pack, I don't think we have to worry too much about these tabs. So basically we are going to be looking for places to go. So that's where we're now. Yeah, this UI is a bit funky. Alright, so this has got the Celts in it. I think probably the first place I want to go is Stella. Stella's a really nice planet. Has one of the clathrates we're looking for, and it has an atmosphere. The entire planet is covered in mystical grove biome. It's a very nice planet. Stella. So that's where we're going to head. Ooh, wait, things look a little different. Did we throw some oxygen out? Nope. Because it's just brighter in here than I expected. Alrighty, well, I'm going to pause here and I'm going to take care of a little cosmetic touches. And then, if we have time, I'm going to run us over to Stella and we'll look at our first planet real quick. Be right back. Okay, we are back and we've sort of finished up the place a little bit, cleaned it up a bit, sort of continued the Futura blocks around the inside wall and the vents. Also added one of these blocks because they're sort of cool in a completely gaudy and weird fake sci-fi kind of way. And what else? We've got, I brought up a chest to put some stuff in, just miscellaneous things. I'll probably throw some extra dilithium crystals in there in case we need some. I brought an inner tank that hooks up to our liquid starlight system in case I need to bucket some more fuel into our rocket while we're out and about. Got some stairs in here just to make this look a little nicer. I'm still not happy with the look here. Yeah, sort of regretting putting it set into the floor, but again, we're not going to spend that much time here. I got some aluminum scaffolding stairs here. So all in all, I think we have about finished this bad boy and are good to go. Oh, and also, I played around with it a bit, and we have air. So there we go. We can take off our helmet and whatnot, and we are not suffocating. I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to look like. It doesn't really seem to be using up oxygen or anything. Basically, as long as it's making a humming sound and the CO2 scrubbers next to it are lit up, I think it's working. I did pick it up and put it back down and was able to see one puff of air, a sort of puff of air vapor generated. But this thing just sort of acts twitchy. It doesn't really tell you what it's doing or why, or I don't know. Bottom line is, I think it was probably working all along. I just didn't know because it doesn't tell you. It is sort of a twitchy beast though. But I checked and we are sealed up and everything is good and we can take off our stuff. So we are good to go. We have gravity, we have oxygen, we have a warp drive. So I'm just going to throw this on right now. And let's travel someplace. We have dilithium crystals in this bad boy. Yeah, so that's full up. I doubt we'll ever even make it through that supply, so we should be good to go there. So yeah, we've already selected Stella as our first destination. I think we are good to go. Warp. This looks cool. So you can see why I put in lots of windows. It's sort of cool to watch the stars go by. I'm sort of wishing I put this in the back. Oh well, next time. But yeah, we are good to go. Now this unfortunately takes a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording again, and then we will finish up the episode by hopping in our rocket and landing on the planet Stella once we warp there. And I'll show you what that first planet looks like. And I believe what we're after is, I can't remember, either one of the draconium ores or one of the clathrates. These three clathrates and these two draconium ores are the things we're trying to find there. We already have iridium ore, a rutile ore we got on Luna, iridium ore we're getting from our tier 5 void miner. But it's these three clathrates and these two draconiums are what we need to finish up. Oh, and this for asteroid astrobody data processor. This is for finding asteroids to go mine, which we're really not going to need to do. So I probably will just make the 3 data bus and the thing, and then but never actually build it. Well, maybe if I get bored, I'll find one asteroid and go land on it. But as you know, weird as my rocket is acting for landing on things, maybe we just will skip that and try that some other time. It's not really necessary to the mod pack. Alright, so I'm going to pause here, and then we will land on Stella when I get back. Be right back. Alright, after 3 or 4 minutes, we have successfully arrived at Stella. We are in orbit. So now, I think we might need a new planet ID chip. But let's make sure we got our helmet and stuff back on. Yeah, we do. So if we run out here, shift right click, select destination. Ooh, what the heck is that? That doesn't look right. See what happens if we do that. There we go. Planet list. Stella. Select. Destination Stella, ready to take off. Alrighty. We are launching. So basically this is how this works. You sort of use the warp drive on your space station to take your rocket with you to different planets. And then once you're in orbit, you take your rocket down to the planet. And as bad as our luck has been with landing this rocket, I'm just going to go ahead and pause here to save us time. And I will join you again once we touch down on the planet. Alright, it looks like we might actually make it to the ground. Yeah, this planet has a purple sky, and the entire place is Sacred Springs biome. No creatures here, at least there wasn't the last time I was here in E2E version 1.68. About the only thing I saw was some pixie houses from Ice and Fire. Didn't see any actual pixies, but I did see a few pixie villages. So there was that. So one sort of weirdness with this one is that it's got all these trees here. And so it's sort of, you land in the trees, which makes me nervous. Sort of let the dust clear here a bit, and then try to make our landing pad a bit more substantial here. Whoops. Or, you know, maybe not. What the heck? We're probably never coming back by rocket, so it don't matter. Instead, I'll just sort of clear a spot here. And make myself a little teleportation spot. Let's see, I don't think I brought any empty signs, so I think I will bind my X to this place. Done. Okay, so that's working. And speaking of axes, but yeah, so this is sort of a nice little planet. Again, it has a purple sky, which looks a little weird in daylight. It has lots of these springs that give you regen when you go into them, like the bath I have in my house. Tons and tons of flowering oaks and silverwoods and sacred oaks and etc. I better make a beacon for myself here before I get lost. Whoops. Alrighty. So I can't remember which one we're looking for here, but basically what we want to do is head for probably that ravine that we saw and go on down here and see what we're up against. So let's see, we got the usual suspects so far. Probably what we are looking for is down at 35 or below. Not seeing anything too interesting here yet. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So we got some rutile ore. That is cool. I think I did a lot of mining here before. And I think I was pulling up, here we go. This is the destabilized redstone ore. So this will finish up one of our boom, destabilized clathrate. That'll finish up one of our quests. And open up the other two that we had already finished. Iridium, which we're getting out of our tier 5 void miner, and rutile ore, which we got on the moon. So now we're just needing energized clathrate and resonant clathrate, and these two, which I think we got to go to 2 or 3-ish other planets to get that stuff. But let's see what else we got here. We're at Y17, so we're pretty far down. Some more rutile ore. Tons and tons of destabilized redstone. Don't actually think we need much of it, though. Oh, what's this? Topaz. Nice. Go ahead and come on down here to bedrock level. See what else we got going on. Some lava. Always fun. Fortunately, I'm immune to fire. Well, that's a mess. Let's look around a bit here, see if we got anything else interesting. I think that was about it from this planet. I think I was mining rutile ore for titanium and destabilized redstone here. Not really seeing anything else. Well, there's a bit of lava around here, though, isn't there? Iridium. Iridium here is here as well. That may become important when we start needing to make, iridium singularities. If we need, tens of thousands of iridium, we might need to supplement our void mining with some mining here. So probably what I'll do is go ahead and bring my digital miner from Luna over to here and have it pick up. I don't even know if I don't think we need a lot of this clathrate stuff. Let's look at its uses. You can make redstone out of it. Not. Oh, that's right. We need some of it for anglesite, but not a ton of it. I mean, I don't think we need to make tens of thousands of anglesite. Let's see. Actually, I think that might be about it, is anglesite. Now, this is important. However, again, I think we need hundreds of it, not thousands of it. So alrighty, we have another planet in the books. And more quests done. I think what I'll probably do is just manually pull up some of this destabilized redstone clathrates here. Yeah, we already got lots of it. We We already got 276, which is probably already a lifetime supply. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and just grab a bit of it here from the walls, because I don't want to clog up my, don't want to spend a lot of time on my void miner mining this stuff. So I will just set the void miner to mine rutile ore and iridium ore. And we should be good to go. And I gotta double check. I can go back and look at my last playthrough and figure out where I found the two other types of clathrate and the dragonstone stuff. And we will go hit those next time. But yeah, for now, I think this is about it. Let's go ahead and run back up to the surface and just take a quick look around. Sort of cool to be on a different planet. I should say that there is oxygen on this planet. So you can take your suit off if you feel like it. You can make a base out here. It's sort of a cool place. Tons and tons and tons of trees and whatnot. Again, I flew around the last Stella that I got to in my other playthrough a bit, and basically I saw no signs of life other than an uninhabited pixie village. And even though those kinds of things were sort of rare. It's daytime now, so you can see the purple sky. That's a bit disconcerting. But yeah, just lots and lots of this. Again, though, if I was doing something else, or if I was in a different type of mod pack with different goals, it might be cool to, like, this would be a good place to set up a big old base in the middle of this lake. Certainly have enough lumber. But anyway, that's about it for this episode. So we're accomplishing a lot. We're pretty much almost done with Advanced Rocketry. So I'm going to bust out this off camera because we'll probably won't use it. Yeah, I don't feel any real need to go after asteroids. Going to go to 2 or 3 more planets and just grab draconium ore, and we can grow all the draconium we need with mystical agriculture. So all I really need to do is pick up the ore for the quest completion. Energized clathrate and resonant clathrate. Again, we just need probably a couple hundred of those for anglesite. I don't think there's any huge need for these. So yeah, we need them for the anglesite, and that's probably about it. So, yep, we are about done. Sorry, it's getting late. I'm fading off. So let's wrap it up. I've got a teleportation here. So I'm going to fly our ship back home. Let's see. I think what I need to do is, first off, I need to get rid of some of this garbage. And then I think I need to put my station ID chip back in my rocket. Okay, so that's close enough. So if I shift right, if I shift right click on our rocket, Select destination. Yeah, I think I need to go to the guidance computer, put station 1 back in, and then throw my helmet back on, and then off we go. And with that, I will bid you good night, and the rest of this we're pretty much going to do off camera. I'll probably just, have little clips of showing you where I found the draconium that we missed, the nether draconium and the instone draconium, and the other 2 clathrates. Show you clips of, just mining those up so that you guys know where they are in case you're interested, and in case JEI is lying about what worlds they're generated on. Because I think I found another thing where it said there was instone draconium on one planet, and I went there and it was not there in 1.68. So anyway, we'll verify which planets the rest of this stuff is on, and we'll close up the Advanced Rocketry by the end of next episode. And then I'll probably also close up a few other things, and we'll try to open up the bragging rights chapter and see what we can do. Get into the big boy stuff with the draconic evolution and Avaricia and all of that mess. And it's entirely possible that I will not be able to land again, and we'll have to yeah, I'm already jumping up. My Y level is going to 1,988, 1,988. So there's all sorts of weird stuff going on. I might take my ship home, back to Earth, back to our landing pad, and disassemble it and reassemble it, see if we can get it acting a little bit better that way. Oh, maybe we're actually going to land this time. Could it be? Hey, we made it. Nice. And the edges aren't out of sorts, except for this edge. It's acting like it's got blocks here. I can't move into these blocks. So I still might try and take it home and rebuild it, because there's something a bit funky with it. But anyway, there we go. We have got some more stuff accomplished, and check out some of the stuff we got, see if we got anything interesting. An obsidian pressure plate. I am not familiar. Another ender pouch. One is probably enough, but hey, now we got a spare. Alrighty, I'm signing off, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.